Hi all, welcome back to Bam Glam DIY. On today's edition, I'm having a very special production for you. We're going to be making a commercial making of the liquid soap. Liquid soap is very popularly used. We use it as multi-purpose liquid detergent in our homes. We use it to wash clothes. We use it to clean surfaces. We use it to wash our dishes, clean our kitchenwares. In fact, practically do everything we're doing at home. Some people go as far as using their dishwashing liquid to wash their car. That's one, my hand no day. Please don't do that. That's very wrong. So we'll try to maintain the qualities of the store bottle grade, the one you buy in the supermarket. The kind of dishwashing liquid and liquid detergent you buy from the supermarket, they are always transparent, glossy, shiny, very thick, and has a very good foaming power, and they always smell beautiful. So I will try as much as possible in this production to maintain most of these characteristics in this particular production. From what you are seeing here, which is actually the product of what we are making, you can actually see that it is very glossy, it is very clear, very transparent, beautiful, shiny. In fact, this production is very superb and beautiful. You may want to actually stick around to see how I achieved this production. So it is also marketable in case you are scared of it. I know some persons might have actually worked on this recipe and probably it didn't work out for them that much, but don't be scared. In this recipe, we'll try as much as possible to make sure we include the things that will make our product to last long. So after making the production, we'll work on the stability and we'll also work on the preservatives so that it can be maintained for a very long period of time. That means improving the shelf life. So just stay tuned and don't go anywhere. You can see how beautiful it is while I'm holding it in my hand. This liquid soap is actually superb and beautiful. It's something you can make in your home to actually improve the quality you are making. So after making it, we'll package it. You see my packaging options and you see how I get to package it too. You can also do your own, make, package, and sell to people. This actually we are getting close to the ember season. This is the time you need to actually push in your markets to people so that they will know and see what you sell. So stay tuned and don't go anywhere. Please like my video and subscribe to my channel. Also do well to share my video to your friends. Thank you. Hi y'all, welcome back to my channel on Bam Glam DIY. On this edition, we are working on commercial making of liquid detergents, and we'll be making this solely making use of these three components on the screen. So the first one is SLS rice. It will be serving as our foam booster. It's mostly adding product to help boost foaming. And then the second one will be making use of our sodium chloride, which is salt. Sodium chloride salt, we'll be using it in this formula to able to help us to thicken our product. If you add excess of it, you lose your thickening power and then your production will get watery. So stay behind so that you see the quantities of the ingredients I'm using and how I use it. Then the third item there is the Texapon gel. Texapon gel is also known as SLES. SLES in case you hear people call it. Meanwhile, the grade of the Texapon gel I'm using is the N70. It's about the 70% grade. Please, there are different grades of Texapon in the market. Don't go buy anyone and use anyone and then you come and complain. There is a N28 in the market, which is, they call it liquid Texapon. They normally pour it inside the containers, like water bottle containers. Is liquidy. It's actually Texapon, but it is of lower grade. you won't actually get that texture you want, that thickness you want if you use that grade. So I'm using N70. There are also higher grades of Texapon. Companies actually have their way of importing this grade of chemicals. That's why their qualities are always superb, and you just can't compare with a whole brand like a Morning Fresh, even if you are trying as much as possible to make what they are doing or imitate their products. Now, the second thing we are measuring in the list is the sodium chloride. Please make use of any kitchen salt. Before you start asking me in the comment section which type of salt, please, any salt. So far is kitchen salt, sodium chloride. There are different grades of salt in the market. Even caustic soda is a salt. Sodium sulfate is a salt. That does not mean you should use those. Sodium bicarbonate is a salt. Please, I'm making use of sodium chloride, the one that is edible. Sodium chloride. Kitchen salt, please, kitchen salt. You can even see MasterChef written on top of it, boldly written on it. So I need around 800 grams to actually work in this formula. For the Texapon gel, I'm using a total of 850 grams of Texapon gel, and then the salt around 800 grams of salt. So you need to combine the salt together with the Texapon gel and mix it thoroughly. And you'll be wondering why you are mixing this. You are mixing these two together so that you can actually improve the solubility of your Texapon gel. In the absence of the salt, you may find it difficult to actually dissolve Texapon gel in water. Yes, it can hydrate in water and dissolve, but it may take time up to 3 hours or 4 hours time to actually dissolve. But once you add in salt to Texapon gel, you break those bonds and make it easy for you to hydrate easily and dissolve whenever you are adding water. By that way, you are now reducing your production time and increasing your outputs. Once you are done, you can just set it aside. Now let's take the measurement for the SLS rice. So SLS rice, yes, it's still a surfactant. It comes in this rice dry form. It's not in liquid form. Yes, it's a foaming agent. But normally it's used in productions as foam boosters. You normally see it in your toothpaste. It gives you that foamy and bubbling effect. So if you have been making soap, independent of the recipe you are using, and you want to actually increase your foaming power or your lather power, you can actually increase your SLS to be able to help you with that. So you'll be using it here to be able to proof the foaming power of this. Aside that, it also offers cleaning benefits to the liquid detergent we are making. So I'll be adding it into 5 liters of water. I'll turn it and set it aside for it to dissolve. Don't worry, just use a normal cold water, please. It will just dissolve. SLS rice can easily dissolve in water. You don't need to stress yourself. Now for the Texapon gel that we mixed earlier with salt, we are making a total of 10 liters of water. So I use 5 liters of water. Note, I use 5 liters of water to dissolve SLS and set aside. So I'll be using the remaining 5 liters of water to dissolve the Texapon gel before we combine it together to make our 10 liters of liquid soap all together. So I'll be adding in the water gradually. After adding the first 1 liter, if you watch very well, you see that I'm actually trying to make sure that the whole lumps of the SLES gel breaks down well and mixes very well. You should at least make sure you form a slurry from this first mixture before you can actually proceed. After making sure that the first 1 liter of water you added has properly incorporated into the production, before you can now gradually add in the rest of the water. So you watch and see how I add in the rest of the water into it to complete it. Now, into your SLS solution, you are going to add in vegetable glycerin into it. You need about 10 ml of glycerin in this production to be able to help suit the person's hands, the person that is making use of the soap. Glycerin is just a humectant. It just helps to draw moisture from the atmosphere, thereby keeping your hands moist. It's not really a major ingredient when you are dealing with washing soap or liquid detergent. But if you are dealing with skincare product like body cream and the rest, yes, it's a major. You have to actually work on your emollient, but you can just add a little to it to be able to suit your customers and tell them that don't worry, it's not harsh, it's soothing, you are going to like my liquid soap. And then for the fragrance, I think I'm using a very good high grade fragrance. I'm using strawberry bubble gum. I love it in my liquid soap. It smells amazing. It smells so beautiful. So only 10 ml of it is okay for my soap. The ratio I use is 1 ml for each liter, 1 ml for each liter, and the quality of the fragrance I'm using, like I said, is top notch. Is not you can't really compare it to those ones that is diluted and is being sold in normal shops. This one will not make your soap go watery. It will not turn your soap color. It won't really affect your soap because it's high grade, and then very little of it is what you need, and then your production is superb. Just this little I've added here, the whole environment is already soothing and inviting and beautiful. Normally, if you are making yellow colored soap or if you are making dishwashing soap, it normally comes in lemon flavors, right? Lemon flavors, orange flavors. But some customers will tell you that please, we're already used to everything lemon in the market. Please change the fragrance for us and make it very soothing and inviting for us. So yes, you have to actually go into the market and actually try out other fragrance and see the ones they like best. I bet you they will actually tell you, please, I prefer this fragrance, I prefer this fragrance, and then you can stick to the ones you get from them. Now I'm adding in my preservatives. I have a video on my channel here about different types of preservatives. I will impute the link in the description box and also ahead above this video so that you can actually watch it and understand all these preservatives, how to use it, their usage rate, the quantity to use, the one that is best for each type of production. The video is actually in my channel. It's about preservatives for cosmetics. Please try and watch it so that you stop getting confused about the kind of preservatives you need to work with. So now I completed the water for the Texapon to be 5 liters. So I will combine the SLS, the water, 5 liters of water we use in diluting the SLS into the Texapon gel so that we can achieve the texture that we need. As in, you just see how superb and beautiful it will turn out to be right now. So just turn, mix, pour, mix. You have to get to this stage. Check your pH, make sure it's balanced before you can complete your production by adding in your color. And the pH for this production is somewhere around neutral, around 7. So don't be bothered about it. It's not harsh, it's very friendly, and you can use it to do practically everything you're doing in your house. You can package it as multi-purpose washing soap. You can package it as dishwashing liquid, anything you want to package it as. The formula is beautiful. Note that I'm making use of the yellow water soluble dye, yellow water soluble color, or you can call it dye depending on the region you are coming from. But it is water soluble, not oil soluble. It has to be water soluble for it to dissolve in water, right? And it comes in powdered form. I am the one that dissolves it in a little bottles of water and set them aside for my production. So don't be bothered when you go to the market and you're buying your colors is in powdered form. Yes, colors and pigments and dyes come in powdered form. Some are in paste form. So you have to make the dilution yourself according to how you need it, and then you can carefully use it for your production. So you have to stir vigorously. This is when you need to stand up from where you are mixing your soap, and you have to actually work in some pressure into the soap. You have to actually put in some time and turn your soap very well. After turning it, please set it aside. If you do make the soap probably in the midday, let it sit till the next day before you can actually open the soap. Can you see how the texture is? You can actually see why I'm turning it, that it's as thick as agidi, right? It is very thick. The texture is texturing and the soap is soaping and it's beautifully smelling so wow and beautiful. So just turn. This is the one, not the one you say that the soap is watery. I don't like this your production. Not this one. This one is very beautiful. Me self, my eye self know that it is very very beautiful. So we'll leave it till tomorrow before we can continue this production. I hope you are loving this. By now you must have clicked that like button, you must have shared this video, you must have saved this video, you must have subscribed to my channel by now. Please do so that we'll grow together. Let me show you a closer view of how the texture of this soap looks like. Can you see how beautiful it looks? How jelly it is and how thick and viscous the texture is. Like I said, the texture is actually texturing. So we are here after almost 18 to 24 hours. It's just the next day. You can see how beautiful this soap looks like. Let me get the camera close so that you can view the beauty in this very production. This production is very beautiful. It is so wow. I know if you make this in your house, you'll be filled with happiness that you learned this from Bam Glam DIY. And tell the people around you that there is this lady on YouTube and she teaches a whole lot of production DIY you can do at home and save money. A lot of skills you can learn and convert into money. A lot of things you can do, make, sell, and make money. Tell them about me so that they can subscribe to my channel, because I'm telling you, my channel is a blessing. And I bless those who bless me every day in my comment sections and speak the word of positivity onto my growth and my channel. Thank you all. You can see how it looks like. The texture is check, the glossiness check, beautiful check, outstanding check, superb quality check, the fragrance. So the next thing you have to do is to get your bottles. I'm using 500 ml of liquid detergent bottles to bottle this. And then you have to get covers. Some covers are flip covers, while some covers are pull and press covers. There are different types of covers out there. Most of these vendors sell the covers differently and the containers differently. These containers is not as high as, I think highest 200 and something naira to 300 naira for one. And then you have to also purchase the covers. You can buy them from Lagos, you can buy them from any state you are in. There are also some vendors that deals on plastic bottles in the eastern part of Nigeria, like Aba, for instance, Arera Market. You can make your inquiries to see how you can get most of these containers that will make your product look beautiful. Thereby, if you sell it to somebody, yes, it will actually worth the price you are actually telling the person to pay for it. So after packaging, just cover, and then you have to buy tamper proof too. You will need this tamper proof to be able to seal the covers. We'll use that later in this production. For those that have this tamper-proof nylon, you will need this hot gun. This gun is called hot gun. It is as expensive as almost 30,000 naira. Some may even sell it cheaper, but I bought my own very far back ago when it was still less than 20k in the market. So you have to use it on the heat and then use it and seal your tamper proof so that it can clap to the cover of your products, thereby protecting it from spilling out and then make it look presentable. Now you can actually add in your label. So you can't make label before buying containers. You have to be sure of the containers and make sure there is always a constant supply of those containers before you can use those containers to work on the labels, because when you are making labels, they work with measurements and dimensions so that it can suit the container is going to be placed on. That is why I say source for the container first. Make sure there is a stable supply of that container before you print your labels. Is this not beautiful and wonderful? Are you not loving this production? I know so many times you see these things online and you wonder how it's being made. Today you have learned it, so please click the like button and like my channel. Thank you for watching this video to the end. I appreciate you all. May your day be blessed.